Welcome back to Smiling with Erin D. I'm Erin D, and we're in for another episode of the Movie Bracket Challenge. This week, we got The Lion King versus The Incredibles. So let's get into it. First up, we're going to talk about The Lion King. It has memorable moments and some of the best music just ever in any Disney movie. Incredibles, not so much legendary for its music, but the characters in both are incredible. We have Simba, the brave lion, grows up to become the king of the Pride Land. His journey from a carefree cub to a responsible leader is truly inspiring. There is Mustafa, Simba's wise and noble father, who teaches him valuable lessons. And we cannot forget about Scar, the cunning and ruthless villain who will stop at nothing to seize the throne. Of course, we also have Timba and Puman. Can't say the names. The hilarious duo who bring comic relief to the story. Their carefree Hakuna Matata philosophy is something we can all learn from and take into our everyday lives. Now, let's switch gears and let's talk about the incredible characters. Is that not a tongue tire? The film introduces us to a family of heroes who are just relatable characters with incredible talents. We have Mr. Incredible, who is a super strong dad who struggles to balance his superhero duties with his family duties and also his duties at work. Don't forget, that's a lot on that man's plate. Then we have Elastic Girl, the flexible and resourceful mom who can stretch herself to incredible lengths, both literally and figuratively. Their kids, Violet, Dash, and Jack Jack, each have their own unique powers too. Can you imagine being parents to superhero kids? Wow. And when Elastic Girl gets herself tied up with the table because she's trying to separate her kids, it's one of the funniest moments in the movie. Now, let's not forget the supporting characters, like Frozone, Mr. Incredible's best friend, who can ice power is incredibly important to the end scene. Edna Mode, my personal favorite, and brings sarcasm to the movie. She brings support to really her best friend, Elastic Girl, and I just love the supporting characters in this movie. Some of the best. And if you're ever in Disney World, you can get pictures with both of those at Hollywood Studios, which I did. They're super fun to see. How do we compare these two movies, though? They're so different. But let's try. So, Simba and Mr. Incredible both face challenges that force them into difficult situations that push their limits. And in Simba, we see him fight his uncle, and I can't imagine how hard that is to be fighting your own uncle. And in Mr. Incredible, he fights what once was a child who was a fan, who has grown up to be a villain. I can't imagine the situation. Now in The Lion King, the theme of Circle of Life really comes into it. In The Incredibles, the importance of family really comes into it and sticking together. Both have great life lessons in them, and they're amazing. I love how the family in The Incredibles really learn to test their limits, but also protect each other. I love the brother and sister when they're fighting the soldiers, how they protect each other. It's so sweet how we see the sister Violet use her powers to protect her brother Dash. We see Dash running quickly to protect Violet too. In the fight scenes. It's incredible how two siblings who fight all the time, really, they can fight each other, but nobody else can. And Simba, we see all the female lioness who had really fallen under Scar, had really just done what he wanted when there was no king or true king. But as soon as Simba is back, they fight against Scar and his minions, as I call them, and they overtake. In both stories, we get happy endings for our heroes. Simba becomes the true king in The Lion King, and in The Incredibles, their villain is destroyed. And the superheroes get to be superheroes again out of hiding. So both great stories. I can't wait to find out who everybody's vote is coming up. Let me know. Also, let me know which characters kind of leaned your vote towards which way. I'm really incredible stories, both of them. So I'm going to have a difficult vote myself this time. So let me know. I can't wait to read your comments. Thank you for joining. And remember, find a reason to smile today. Bye. Don't forget to vote, 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 comment section, and our community page.